Hi there and welcome. My name is Alfonso Rodríguez Cotes and I am a Microsoft Technical Trainer. In this module, you will learn how to manage your agents using the Microsoft 365 Admin Center, ensuring that you have the tools and knowledge necessary to tailor Copilot, limiting or granting permissions to extensibility features based on your organization's unique needs. While there are other ways to manage your agents, these modules provide you with a comprehensive understanding of the Microsoft 365 Admin Center's capabilities. And by the end of this video, you will be able to let your organization to use the extensibility options and also to limit them to specific users. The Admin Center is the meeting point for managing all the extensibility settings. You can manage the Copilot features in Microsoft 365 by turning it on or off, controlling access, managing applications, and blocking or unblocking applications for your organization. If you are an admin, you can also stop or allow agents for Copilot for your whole organization or specific users or groups. And you can do this by using the same tools and options that you use for any other application in the Microsoft 365 Admin Center. You can pick an app that works with Copilot from the available apps or deployed apps list and click on the block or unblock button. You can also choose who gets affected by this, everyone or specific users or specific groups. And this will affect how the app shows up and works in Copilot and other products, including Outlook, Teams, or any other within the Microsoft 365 ecosystem. There are three choices for Copilot agents access: all users, no users, and specific users. Let's talk about all users. This is the default choice, and it means that everyone in your organization can use Copilot agents, as long as they have the application policies and user assignments they need. Other option is no users. This choice means no one in your organization can use that Copilot agent, and the extensions won't show up in the Copilot plugin pane. This choice also hides the applications that have Copilot agents from the available applications and deployed applications list in the Microsoft 365 Admin Center. And the last option is specific users. This choice lets you pick a specific users or groups in your organization to use Copilot agents. So even if all users in your organization can install and use applications from the available apps and deployed apps list, only the users or groups you pick in this choice can use Copilot agents within these applications. Deploying or removing agents from Microsoft 365 Copilot follows the same pattern as any other application in the Microsoft 365 Admin Center. You can pick any app that works with Copilot from the available application list or the deployed application list and select Deploy or Remove. You can also decide to add or remove the application for everyone or a specific user, as we mentioned before. But this is important. Adding or removing an application changes how the application works in Copilot and other products like Outlook, Teams, or Microsoft 365. Now, let me share my screen with you, and let's have a look into the Microsoft 365 Admin Portal. In this demo, we'll see the different admin options that we can find here in the Microsoft 365 Admin Center. So in order to go to this Copilot admin options, we'll just need to click on Copilot here. On the left side, we have the different setting options like Copilot one. And here in Copilot, well, we can have a review, an overview of the application. But what I really want to look is this settings tab, this settings option here in the middle. And in here is where we can start applying the different, or administer the different settings. We have different options like have a look into the Copilot agent consumption meter or the Copilot diagnostic logs. How we want, here we can manage how the organization uses Copilot in Bing, in Edge and Windows. So we can click here, we can have this information. But actually what I want to show you, because this course is about extensibility, is this extension option. So I'm clicking here in extensions, and as we mentioned before, so we can manage who can use the Copilot, the installed apps and extensions that Copilot can use. And remember, we have three main options. All users, so all users in my organization under this tenant will be able to work with those applications, or no users, so no one, or we can directly grant access to work with this, or let Copilot to work with these installed apps and extensions to some specific users or groups. For example, the entire IT group, or their managers, or depending on how you have that configuration in Microsoft 365, right? So, but also, one important, don't miss out this option here. You can see here, go to integrated apps to manage the installed applications and extensions. So if you click on here, actually, this is driving you to the integrated apps menu. It is in here. Now I will show you, but so again, within this integrated apps menu, within the admin center in settings, so we have this customize the default settings for the integrated apps. And then here we can decide, this is not just for Copilot, this is in general, right? So here we can manage and customize how users will interact with applications in my organization. Again, not only Copilot, so all the organization, and we can let users access to Microsoft applications apps in our tenant. We can decide yes or no. We can let users access the third-party apps in our tenant, yes or no. So again, internal apps or external third-party apps, or custom apps. You can develop and upload custom apps and make them available to our organization store to let them users to download or not, right? And we can again let users install them or not, yes or no. And finally, again, this is the same as before. Well, it's not actually the same, because now this is talking directly about agents, right? This is a feature in preview, but here we can decide if we allow some users to access our Copilot agents or not. This is your call, this is your decision. By default, I think is what I would recommend, but this is by default is the all users option. So all users within your organization will be able to use the Copilot agents, or no users, no one in your organization, or again, same as before, we can decide to allow just some specific users, right? Here, we need to find the users in our organizations, could be users or groups, etc., and we can grant them with the access of the Copilot agents or not, right? So again, this is the starting point for managing your Copilot options, not just extensibility, but again, here in extensions, we can directly, specifically manage our Copilot agents. And again, we can make more decisions to pin or not our Copilot chat and to use web search for Microsoft 365 Copilot and Microsoft Copilot. So in here, we can decide to create a policy to allow or not allow Microsoft to use web search, right? So again, just to recap, in this Copilot option, especially in this setting option, is where we can manage Copilot, and also within the integrated apps, as we've seen before, right? So we can also manage all the apps. And with this, we get to the end of this demo. Thank you. All right, we've learned how to manage your agents using the Microsoft 365 Admin Center, ensuring that you have the tools and knowledge necessary to tailor Copilot, limiting or granting permissions to extensibility features based on your organization's unique needs. And let me tell you, congratulations! You have completed our session about build a foundation to extend Microsoft 365 Copilot. Through this journey, we explored multiple strategies and techniques needed for extending the amazing Microsoft 365 Copilot capabilities. Let's take a moment to recap our key learnings. During the first module, we covered the fundamentals aspects of the Copilot design, including the main components like the LLM, architecture, and more. Then, in the second, we started with the fundamentals of Microsoft 365 Copilot extensibility options and possibilities like decorative agents or custom engine agents, plugins, and more. In the third module, we have explored the different extensibility development paths. Remember, you can opt for no-code or low-code solutions, including Copilot Studio, or directly coding with the Teams Toolkit and others. Then we continued learning about the Microsoft Graph connectors and how can we use them to expand the knowledge with external information sources and include it into the Microsoft 365 search engine. In the fifth module, we deep dive into the decorative agents and the different scenarios where they can fit. And finally, in this last module, we have learned about how to manage all these options and features within the Microsoft 365 Admin Center. But the adventure is far from over. Now is your turn to put these insights into practice and create more magic to improve your company productivity by extending the Microsoft 365 Copilot capabilities and create these amazing agents. Remember, the key to a successful expansion lies in the planning, continuous learning, and leveraging the full potential of Microsoft 365 Copilot robust ecosystem. Thank you so much for participating in this session. Keep learning and continue your journey with Microsoft 365 Copilot and generative AI. I hope to see you soon for an upcoming sessions on other topics. I am Alfonso Rodriguez, and it was my pleasure to be your trainer. Thank you and happy magic!